Is this the Gob?
This is the Gob. How are you doing?
I feel way better than I was like an hour and a half ago.
You know,
hey, Mary, are we being taped? Are we being taped at this time?
You are. I turned it on as soon as you said Mayor is walking in the door. And I just turned off the fan inside my car here. Maybe you guys will hear me better now, too. Actually, Mayor, your presence, unlike the last time I called Spokane for a Gobstopper exit interview, your presence this time is merely as the traditional spouse who tends to be on the line at the same time.
The spouse of the Gobstopper.
Yeah. So, with the traffic rolling here between 0 and 20 miles an hour, I'm going to quick look at my notes. By the way, former Gobstopper Joey, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm forlorn. I'm forlorn because the trophy is not in my house, and Mary Ellen has replaced, there is some trophy she won years ago at, I think, the 94 Kane Dolio family reunion. There was a Bill Kane creation called Best Use of Giants.
Best Use of Giants.
And that has replaced, that's sitting on the pedestal now where the Gobstopper trophy used to be. It's good, but it's just not good enough.
I understand.
It's kind of sad because the Best Use of Giants is the smallest trophy you've ever seen.
Correct.
Well, that was Bill's pun within a pun, you know, that he made the Best Use of Giants the smallest of the trophies.
There is a consolation, though. There are 4 boxes of autographed Gobstoppers in the China cabinet.
Oh, wow.
So he's not totally unbearable, but I'm worried about when ski season ends, 9 days from now, what's going to happen in our house.
This is mid-October for the skiers, you know.
Well, let's not talk about that potentially ugly future. Let's get to the interview. Gobstopper, how was your rain overall?
Well, it rained today, but then it turned to snow at about 4,000 feet. So everything worked out fine. It's true, because it was raining all the way up the mountain until I got to about 4,000 feet, and all of a sudden, it just turned to this complete blizzard. And unlike yesterday, where I had snow blindness, today I was just fine.
So the rain overall was good.
Yeah, I guess the key word there, overall, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey, has being the first repeat Gobstopper changed your life?
Oh, it's gone totally to my head.
I can verify that.
If I do transcribe this, can I change your word verify to vouch? I can vouch for that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm reading while I drive here. Be careful, Jim. How difficult?
Yes, Jim, be careful.
How difficult was it to deal with the fact that this time you didn't have a co-champion Gobstopper to share? Was life much different for this soul reign that you completed here?
Oh, it was much easier to deal with the fact that there was no co-champion.
It was much difficult. What are you talking about?
That was much easier.
Difficult.
That was easier.
Difficult.
Actually, one of the finest moments of my Gobstopping reign, was the moment when I put on a Felix Hernandez King Felix foam crown upon your sister's head, the 2011 Gobstopper.
I was there, and that was a fun moment. Yeah.
But the fact that she would sit there quietly and allow me to place a foam Felix Hernandez King Felix crown on her head was probably one of the shining moments of the entire reign, as you would.
It's the first time I think we've had a laid-back Gobstopper, huh?
But she's the intellectual one. She picked both teams to go to the World Series.
I know, it's kind of...
And that will never be repeated, I think.
Downright.
That was totally amazing.
And then, as I said, the little bits of amazingness that you know just amaze the Gobs, where I had to make 4 telephone calls over the course of one game announcing to each of the 4 finalists as they were out of the program. And
yes, I would imagine the Gob would be completely out of voice by that time.
It was tough, but
yeah.
That's kind of like why my voice is like it is now.
Well, keep gargling with Drano, and you'll get the Gob voice back when it's appropriate.
Yes. The weirdest thing was the first phone call went to Angela Golio, one of the executives of the
Anchor version.
Yes. And I got through to her mom, who ironically was also currently one of the finalists, And she gave me Angela's cell number, and I called her where she was doing her homework at a girlfriend's house. And I announced to her that, oh, now that the Rangers scored that one run, you are now out. And then I called Tom, and then there was only 2 left. And one of them, ironically, was again Angela Golio. And then I called the home again, and Cappy answered. And the reason I was calling was to announce that Angela was out, which of course means we now had a new Gobstopper. And I just couldn't handle the irony of it. It was the Gobstopper that answered the phone, and then had to hand the phone to the runner-up, who is her daughter, to have the Gob tell her she's now out, and then realize that the phone was just handed to her by the person who beat her, the new Gobstopper, her mom.
That's just the beginning. Can you imagine other snarled situations in the future where, like, well, think of the worst scenario of all. What if the Gob actually won?
Oh my gosh, that's unthinkable.
That's unthinkable. If the Gob actually won, you know.
All the people would be so sad.
Does he call himself?
Yeah, who does he call? What happened?
What happens then, eh?
Well,
We're
you're
going
right.
to Canada, eh?
Right.
We would have a gap. We would have a year
Oh,
without.
there'd be a gap, all right.
We would have a year without a Gobstopper.
Unthinkable.
Anyway, back to the interview. By the way, Gobstopper, did you conduct any tours of the Beat the Gob Trophy viewing room during this sole reign?
No. I did. You know what I did? I did watch the exit interview by the very first Gobstopper on YouTube. That was awesome.
Oh, God, yeah.
That was fabulous.
Yeah. It's,
Exit 8 is on the right, and then keep
did I
left.
lose you guys? Hello, did I lose you guys? That means it.
Did I do it?
I don't know. It was an abrupt cutoff. I mean, there was not even any interference, or I couldn't hear you.
Hello?
It just
I thought
went.
maybe my ear did it.
It just went dead. Like
Did
somebody.
you go around? Did you go around the mountain or something?
No, I'm still in the. No, that doesn't mean anything. There's dead spots all over Los Angeles.
Well,
But
it had to be you because I was still talking to Joe.
yeah, who knows,
Yeah.
Who knows what that
We're
was?
talking to each other over a phone, but it's better than not communicating at all for the past 3 weeks like we have been doing.
That's a good point. Okay,
I'll take a phone call, sure.
next question. There, as long as you're on the line, what was it like living with a lone Gobstopper this year? Did he share?
Ooh.
Did he share the spotlight with you at all, or was it all me?
It was all about him, and it was all year about keeping the trophy in the house. Not by me winning it or
No.
co-champion. He would re-win the trophy.
Greed.
Yeah.
Unbridled greed.
Unbridled greed. That's actually very good, Joe. Thank you.
Sure, I should be in newspapers.
Yes,
You should be.
he should.
Yeah, it was not easy. Kind of like the Fogop a few years ago. Big head.
Maltese Falcon. The greed involved in the Maltese Falcon. I always thought that was a great analogy. You could put the Maltese Falcon and the Gobstopper trophy side by side, and I couldn't tell the difference.
Gobstopper, I have some information for you, and I kind of need your opinion, because it sort of fits with what Amir said, with your non-stop efforts to not only secure and re-secure the trophy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But to, at minimum, keep it in Washington. I can now inform you that in the 2012 Beat the Gob, the Gobstopper contest season, there are now 2 new entries,
Denise?
both from the state of Washington.
Denise and who else?
The other one is a new entrant as well as Janice and her brother. Hang on, I'm changing lanes.
And her brother.
I'm sorry, geez, oh my God.
He's changing lanes at 80 miles an hour.
And that's on tape that I called her husband or brother.
That's all right. You don't have to transcribe that part.
And their last name is Disbro, and their new team name is Disblow It Out of the Park.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Maybe it'll come out of left field.
But we have yet another member in the Pacific Northwest, a new one that entered today. His name is, well, let me put it this way. who entered all feline choices or things felines love or things felines love to eat from the Detroit.
Larry the cat?
Larry galore.
Larry the cat is in the contest. So you can imagine who Larry the cat picked to win the World Series, of course.
Tigers.
The Detroit Tigers.
Well, that's what I picked.
And all of the picks, of course, things that are feline, things that felines love, or things that felines love to eat. So all of the choices are like Orioles, Cardinals, Blue Jays.
That's actually pretty cool. That'd be really weird if that won.
So this should have gone earlier. Do you want to part with any parting thoughts as we get ready to start the 2012 baseball season with a new Gobstopper on the throne? Any comments to Kathy?
Yes. As the 2010 Gobstopper, I would recommend to the 2011 Gobstopper, go with your heart and do not pick the Rangers.
Ooh, that advice may have come a little too late.
I'm thinking they're probably not going to go, Joe.
Actually, oh no, I'm sorry. Kathy does not have her entry in yet.
Because I truly believe that the Rangers are folded up and they're going to collapse this year.
All right, I only have one more question left on my list, and this has become the traditional question since it worked so beautifully and hilariously 5 years ago with the Flow Gob, and you two have been asked this question once before. And here it goes. In 5 words,
Oh, no.
describe what Gobstopper means to you now. 5 words.
I got the answer, though.
Well, let me give you a little history here. Last year, I asked those same questions with a kibitzing spouse also on the line. And in similar fashion to last year, the spouse answered first.
My answer is, I forgot it already.
I've got it. And I'm the one that's being asked.
Gunner?
And anywhere where I forgot it already is only 4 words.
Trophy back to Washington State.
I put gonna bring trophy Washington to Washington.
Cotton count.
I was counting. I was slowing. I said mine first. You just did mine.
You weren't asked.
You
You
know,
did too. I
No.
said to both of you.
No.
Yes, you did.
No, because you are a former.
I'm a spouse of just as important.
the question was directed to, the response will only be accepted from the outgoing Gobstopper. Very sorry, Mary.
Did you catch that, man?
Okay, I don't. My zip it.
Trophy back to Washington State.
I got it, and it's wonderful.
Walk it.
In my opinion, if there's any complaints about all these bizarre teams coming out of Washington, in the Gob's opinion, well, that's the only state that has any remote chance of catching up to the fact that 60% of the rest of the contestants all live in Texas.
We have to create these dummy teams that, like, they're just on paper, you know?
Well,
They're not really people. They're just, like, you know, created for the sake of, like, corporate teams, you know?
well,
I want to know if Peaches and Monty are going to put in a Gobstopper thing.
well, ironically, if this were for money, I mean, if this were Vegas, there would be complaints, because in the year 2012, we do have a situation where, you know, a lot of people are picking the same teams. The range isn't very big. It's all Tigers, Yankees, Rangers, etc. So if it were indeed serious, you got Yahadis, Sandy, Barb, and now Larry the Cat, except for the Blue Jays and Orioles thing. The entries look remarkably similar, with 1 or 2 little differences, and it looks like, well, they aren't. It just ended up that way. But I'm saying, if this were serious for money, there'd be people bitching and moaning that those people are merely entering parlays. You know, oh well, I didn't pick the Angels on this one, but I'll pick them over here.
Well, can we? It's like political action committees, super PACs. Can we create our own little? There's the Angel Tank Corporation. Why can't we have the Spokanistan or the Spokamsterdam Corporation? You know.
Well, there would the other side of that coin, that's turning out to be a third of the entrants are all these team entries.
What does everybody pick it?
Doesn't matter, Mary.
Well,
they're shotgunning.
You'll see the chart about a week from this weekend, and you'll see. I mean, this has happened before.
Perhaps we could create the co-champion super PAC. And submit some picks and hedge our bet.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't come up with Super PAC as a team name.
Yeah.
Do it, Joe. We got a day.
We got one day. We can do it.
Could we agree on anything? Actually, we
could.
With one of the same team.
We could. We'll call it the Spokane Super PAC.
Well,
ooh. So that'll put more weight against the Texans.
If anything, you two would have a historical justification for working as a team. You were co-Gobstoppers.
Yeah, we'll put the co-champ Super PAC. Ooh, we should get away with that, Mary. And pick a whole different set and re-win it. There's a possibility we can re-win it.
Well, without the contest that I kick your ass in.
Well, either way, either you could win it, or I could win it, or the Super PAC could win it. Yeah, let's get busy.
The interview ended with the 5 words thingy. This is all off, even though I can't read
This is off the record, classified stuff.
Even though it's all still recording, this is, I got stuck at the light.
I think we could do that.
I think we could. Let's get busy. Can you send our best regards to the Gob, please?
I will, and if I have any trouble transcribing this or something went wrong with the tape, I'll give you all a call and we'll redo it. When are
sure,
you...
we won't be home, so we're gonna be after Easter.
I gotta go get my passport. It's important.
Oh, so you're going to be gone right through the opening of the baseball season?
That's correct.
All right, we'll make this fly. And this was fun. Have a great trip. Joey and I were talking about it before you got home there. I saw that agenda, and I just got excited. What a great-looking trip. And, boy, oh boy, from the way Joey's talking, it sounds
Hey, Jimmy, I got a couple of things. I mentioned Lindsey Buckingham's coming to Spokane in this really, really, ancient theater. It's going to be great. 2 days ago, Paul McCartney did an interview with NPR. If you go to npr.org and call up their previous shows and stuff, you can get a transcript of it.
Oh, I'm definitely doing that.
Take a look at that, because they did an interview with him from London or something like that.
Yeah, Lindsey Buckingham's coming here, and he is doing the Will Turn, which is a classic, perfect sound little theater. He has done that. He does it about every 5 years, and he always hand-picks the various theaters and venues in every town. So I'm not surprised he picked a great place in Spokane.
Yeah, he picked an acoustically perfect place.
Where did he pick the Fox?
The Bing.
Oh, the Bing.
Yeah.
All right, I got to figure out where I am here, and I'm stuck in Hollywood behind a police car who's wondering.
Well, I got to pack. I'm like 2 days behind packing. Joe's going to be on my foot.
Well, enjoy your trip. Don't let it be too hectic. Just have fun.
Oh, we won't be too.
We'll take that advice tonight.
All right, the Gob is saying goodnight, kids.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Proceed about 4 miles.
What?